Thank you. My name is Eime, as I was introduced, and today I'd like to talk about through our work some key elements that what we think that we would like to share about workplace design. So, what is workplace? It's actually that Kirsten has made a wonderful introduction already, so we already know the answer, but it can mean the traditional offices, but these days you can work actually anywhere, like in the cafe, station, tube, even in the park. So the role of workplace has changed, but it's still very important buildings where you go in and then you talk to people, you meet people, you discuss, have workshops, and inspire people and be inspired by people. So how can we make the spaces to support this important function of workplace? So at Space Syntax, we have tools to understand the property of spaces and understand the relationships between space and people's activity. And the one on the left is Tate Britain. We observed people from the entrance for 10 minutes, and yellow lines are showing the path of visitors. And the image on the right are showing one of the spatial accessibility analysis that we do. And warmer colors means the spaces are more integrated, and the blue, the colder colors means that spaces are more segregated. And you can see that movement patterns are following the integration patterns. When the spaces are more integrated, you have more people. So this is quite striking image to show how our analysis understands and predicts the movement patterns. So in the office, we also have a lot of projects, and including the HSCL that was mentioned earlier, and also PowerGen, which is going to be introduced later. And through these projects, we learned a lot of important lessons for workplace design. And we'd like to share 3 key elements from our lessons. And the first one is power of co-presence. And that was also introduced by Kirsten in terms of ideas, but movement matters. And movement is important not only because that's the essence of everyday work, carrying people from A to B, but also it affects interaction patterns in the office. And the image on the left shows that the green lines are showing the movement, and yellow and red dots are showing stationary activities. And the yellow circles are showing interactions. And you can see that interactions are happening not only around desks, presumably where people have meetings, but also spaces close to the movement patterns. And so that was very important findings that we observed. 80%, over 80% of communications were informal. And what was happening was that people were recruiting along the movement. When you move around, you are recruiting people that you can see into the conversations, and lots of communications between different departments, the people from different departments or different teams were happening close to the corridors. And these communications from different expertise are a very important factor for innovation. And this graph is showing that as a result of observation, what we found was that the integration of space correlates with usefulness of people. So the people whose desks are more accessible are found more useful by other people. And so that indicated that how the design of interface was important. Interface between the movement and the desks are very important. And speaking of interface, there is another interface, the entrance. The entrance interface is an interface between the city and the building. And entrance is not only important because it is a face of the buildings, face of the companies, but also this is where everyone comes in, everyone uses every day. And so this is where the things are happening between colleagues and with the clients. So how can we design entrance interface to support these activities, not only to allow people to come in and to say goodbye? And so we look at entrances using these techniques of our spatial analysis to identify where the potential conflicts are and where the pinch point could be and where is the potential for interactions. And using these analyses, we try to help how to improve the entrance sequence. So when it came to the point where we needed to choose our new office, so we obviously wanted to use the best of our knowledge. And as a consultant, the meetings are very important factors. And so we wanted to have good location, convenient to go to meetings, and by walk, this is close to UCL, we can walk, and by cycle, and by public transport. And the muse were also quite, we thought that it represents our identity, it's unique and approachable. And also it's accessible to a lot of amenities in the area, and cafes and pubs and restaurants and the very wonderful cake shops. And obviously the food is a very important factor of our work life. And so once we were happy with the location, and we wanted to test a couple of options about internal layout designs. And so we did layout test, and so the different layouts create different movement patterns, and hence the different interaction patterns. And for example, the one on the left is showing that the corridor is on one side, and so it creates different character between the desk closer to the corridor and the one closer to the window. And the one in the middle, for example, will have another route in the middle, so it kind of changes the orientation. And then one to the right, the movement is going to be around, but the movement is back of everyone. And at the end, this is what we thought that we should go for. And this is almost exactly the same as what you see today. And you're more than welcome to walk around after this session. And so this creates a lot of loops of movement. So you can move around, around the desks, and it creates good balance of functional hierarchies to accommodate variation of activities. And for example, Tim, when he is working in the office, likes to sit somewhere here or there so that he can see the whole office while he's working.
So that the whole office can see me, actually. It's not a power thing at all.
And if you want to work quietly, you can still find a seat which is hidden from everyone so that you can concentrate. And the reception, for example, is very multifunctional space. So it could be a normal reception, And also, that's where people socialize, and also we can hold events like this. And so there seems to be the two trends of workplace design. And one is led by a big corporate like Google. And their headquarters have everything in their buildings. So they're wonderful canteens, and they can provide you massage if you're tired, and they have gyms, and this one even have beach in their campus. And so it's internalizing the function of the cities in the buildings. And so it's definitely a good thing to care about for the welfare of the staff, but it's also a tactic to keep people long hours in the building. The other trend is led by the City of London that you can see. So as we've seen earlier, that anywhere could be a workplace. You can work anywhere. And if you want to have a break, all the amenities can be offered by the city. And also, some offices can also contribute to this function. Like we do today, we open up the office to hold an event, to share information, share knowledge, disseminate knowledge, and generate knowledge together. And this is what London offers. And this function of merging the city and the workplace is a very important factor for dynamic work environment. That's